One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, good to see y'all out there this evening. Man, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night. I'm so glad you all stopped in to say howdy, and we got a good show lined up for you, I do believe. Yeah. Yeah, we try to just have a good time on Saturday night. So I'm so thankful that each and every one of you people are here. And we got a great panel back there in the green room. And so let's go ahead and bring them right on out. And up first, I'd like to introduce Mr. Two Live Moo. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, Hillbilly, doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody out there in the side chat.
Man, glad you're here. Have you anybody made your week better, or have you made anybody else's week better this week?
Oh, I think I made my dad's couple days better, except for I tried to burn down his swing by his fire pit. And my wife made my day better today by I usually do all the cooking around here, and she made mini meatloaves and asparagus for supper. I didn't know she was even cooking. So
wow.
She made my day way better. Yeah, it was great.
That is great, buddy. All right. Yeah, man, that's always nice to get to have a nice meal that you don't have to prepare yourself. That's always great. Well, yeah. I know you made your dad's day better, or made his week better. He was up there for a few days, and so I'm sure that he really, really enjoyed that. So
yeah, I was up there for 7 days. Yeah, I got there on Thursday. I left on Thursday. So yeah, it was a great time, man. I tell you, hanging out with my dad, he's awesome.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, buddy.
Right on.
Appreciate you. Well, up next, we have Mr. JH586. How you doing tonight, Jamie?
Better than snuff and not half as dusty. How's everybody? Thanks for having me, Hillbilly. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. Been some time with y'all and with Moo. Me and him's only been on a couple of streams together, so I always enjoy getting to meet folks and getting to know them better. And, I think that's the kind of what happens on these live streams, right? Not only do we get to know each other better, we get to know the side chat better as well.
Oh man, for sure. No doubt about that. Oh man. Yeah, it's such a great community. I mean, I'm so glad and very thankful to be a part of all this community because there's just a lot of awesome people out there. Well, Jamie, did you get a chance to make anybody's week better? Anybody make your week better?
No, man, I've been miserable all dang week.
Have you? Well,
no.
Let's say we'll make your day better right now.
Look, I like sarcasm sometimes. Yeah, it gets me in trouble more times than it's funny. So I need to stop. I had a great week, man, and work's wide open. It's summertime. We're getting all the stuff ready for school to start back. So, yeah, man, it's busy, but it's productive and enjoyable. You get that sense of accomplishment. So, yeah, man.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I'm so thankful for you being here, buddy. Appreciate you. And we got a lot of great people out there on the side chat too. My goodness. Look at all these wonderful people out there. Wow. Anyway, up next, I'd like to bring up Mr. Garage Guy 879. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Got no complaints. It's good to see everybody. Moo, I don't know if I've been on a live stream with you or not. I don't think I have.
Well, you'd remember it probably.
Well,
Either you be happy right now or you're already done jumped off.
Well, Moo, it's good to meet you. And like Jamie said, it's always good to meet new people. It's good to see all those familiar names over in the side chat. I want to say hello to everybody over there. And, as usual, Mike, this Saturday night, let's have some fun.
You betcha. So did you get to make anybody's week better or anybody make your week better? I seen a video put out and I think you made a neighbor better. You gave him a good deal on a firearm.
Yeah, and the thing about that good deal, all that aggravation that firearm calls me went away with him. So, but my brother-in-law yesterday went to a local fire department. They was having a spaghetti dinner fundraiser, and I didn't know about it. And he brought me back a big platter of spaghetti and side salad and rolls. And that was some of the best spaghetti I've had.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, Mike, his name's Mike too. And he made my day better.
Yeah. Ozzy says, you don't meet Moo, you experience him.
Do I have a reputation or something?
They're rising you out there, buddy.
I love
it. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, Garage Guy. I appreciate you, brother.
Anytime.
And up next, I'd like to bring out Yo. How you doing, Walter?
Hey, I'm, dustier than snuff and not nearly as tasty. To paraphrase an old sage. Yeah, I'm good. I had a good week this week. I'll tell you a couple quick stories. One is, and we were talking a little bit about this back in the green room before we got started. Back in 2009, I took a motorcycle trip with a buddy of mine from here in Central Coast of California, all the way up to Prudhoe Bay in Alaska. That's almost as far north as you can go. You can go to Inuvik, but Prudhoe Bay was pretty good. Anyway, the fellow that went with me was here in town. He'd moved out of town and was been gone for some time. He came back through last weekend, and we hooked up and shared a couple meals together and had a good time. But then Thursday, I'm at the range. And some of you know that I've been kind of mentoring one of the range officers up there in reloading.
Female.
Yeah, and a very nice, bright young lady, and she wanted to learn. And so I'm at the range on Thursday shooting some video, and she comes in and sticks her face right in the camera. Doesn't realize that that I'm shooting video, and I had to go, Angela, you're on camera. I said, I'll cut it out, but wait a sec. So anyway, I shut the stuff down, and she says, oh, I got to tell you. She says, first of all, said this other guy at the range here came up the other day and showed me these rounds. He said, and look at them. Said they're all Coke bottle shaped and they look funky, and I reload them. And she said, and I was able to tell him exactly what was wrong with that cartridge and how it happened. And she says, I got to thank you for that. And then she says, and then she says, that's not all. She said, remember those first 380 cartridges that, cast bullets from the 6-shooter Texan that she loaded up all by herself, and she finally got around to shooting them that day. And she says, look at that target. And she says, look at the 2 that are in the bullseye and the 10 that are around the edges of it. Guess which 2 are the ones that I made? And I said, don't tell me those the 2 right in the dime. And she says, yep, those are the ones. And her smile was from ear to ear. And she said, Walt, that made me feel so good. And I said, you just made me feel so good. So that was one of those two-way streets. I thought, yeah, that's what it was all about. So that's how that part of the week went. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Good to see everyone over here on the side chat. We appreciate each and every one of you. And as Jamie says, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Well, that is awesome, buddy. That's great. Teaching a skill like that to somebody else and passing on that, which there's, so many of you reloaders do that, and that's just wonderful. And yeah, I'm really excited for you and her, actually. That's just being able to look and see what somebody else's problem is, like, hey.
Oh yeah, it's good to have a range officer who knows about reloading.
Oh man. So good to have you on tonight, buddy. I really appreciate it. And up next, we have Mr. Leatherman himself, Mark Thomas. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Real good. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. Doing real good now. It's time for guns, beer, and therapy.
I kind of missed my cue. I was going to say better than I deserve and not as dusty as snuff. But
well, yeah, I think I'm just like an old child of tobacco in the cheek, So, oh man, good to have you tonight, Mark. So,
good to be here.
You get a
Thank
chance to make anybody's day better, or anybody make your week better?
Yeah, I think it's been a week full of both.
Awesome.
And finishing up that school year. I know I talked about it the other night that Wednesday my son had his sort of middle school graduation. He's heading off to high school next year. We got up early and went and had a good time at Airsoft today, and just been having fun. Weather's been great, so glad to be here. Hoping we're gonna have a little bit of fun this evening. I'll stick around as long as I can stay awake.
Well, that's always questionable. So
it is.
We're just glad to have you. Well, man, that is great. Good to see each and every one of you there. If you noticed, we got a few people that's most usually on the panel that's not on here tonight. And the reason is because they are gathered together in Nebraska for Thunder on the Prairie. And I had planned on going. I wish I wouldn't have missed it because I know they're having a great time and just a great bunch of people. And, I still going to do the show, try to do it from up there, and, but I just had some stuff come up with, we had a pack of coyotes move in. Not move in, we had coyotes, but this is a pretty big pack that's gathered together, and we were losing livestock. And so I've been up pretty much every night this week in the, late hours of the night or early hours of the morning, however you'd like to call it, paying attention to those coyotes. And anyway, there's a few less to pay attention to, but hopefully we had a pretty good night last night, so hopefully we got that kind of on the downhill side. And but anyway, it is what it is, and we're just gonna go out there and hit them with a bat and chase them off. But I needed you this week, Moo.
But a little bit.
I heard a Louisville slugger. That's a Littleville slugger.
That's a fish bat.
Oh, fish Billy.
There you go.
Yeah, when you catch those big salmon, you gotta you know, make them calm down a little bit so they don't
You
mess
gotta
it.
check them, huh?
Yeah. Now, don't hit them with that bad up there.
No.
That one's a little different. That one's
Yeah, that one could
my
clean
zombie
too
bat.
there.
Those are screw-in inserts though, so you can put broadheads in there. These are practice kits from
I think
archery.
we got some thorny locust trees around here that look dang near about like that.
Yep.
You don't want to climb them and slide back down.
No. Yeah,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to invite me over a little coyote patrol. I got just the medicine.
Well, yeah. We actually put a jack out there, not a donkey, but a jack with them, but which is a donkey and horse bred together. I've had better luck with them than I have donkeys, but deal is we got a few different fields, and it's hard to stick one in the chicken coop too. So,
Yeah, those donkeys and whatnot, they don't take
they'll
kindly
chase
to
them down.
I've seen some stuff.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Grab right a hold of them and no mercy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I don't have any horses right now, but I always had a donkey or a jack out there with them, and they work pretty dang good. And but man, good to see everybody tonight. I am so excited. I know there's some people out there on the side chat that is at Thunder and Prairie, so I just wanted to give you guys an invite. I'm pretty sure I sent all of you guys a link. So anytime if you guys want to jump on and give an update about Thunder on the Prairie, be sure and you're very welcome to do that. Even if you just got a few minutes, let us know what all's going on, and I'm sure you guys are having a blast out there without any doubt. Anyway, so let's go ahead and call out the side chat. We have a lot of great people out there. And Walter, would you like to put something out there what for everybody to type in? And Jamie, would you mind shouting out everybody?
Be glad to.
Sure. We're going to type in Bubba. Bubba had a little health episode this week. He's all right, but he did go into the hospital and got back out. As soon as they took one look at him, they said, "No, the veterinarian place is down the road. You need to go down there." Just kidding. But he did have a pretty rough evening here a few nights ago. So we'll remember our buddy Bubba. If you're watching, Bubba, we're thinking about you.
You betcha.
And never fear, my up arrow still don't work, but I have a I got a better one too, Hillbilly. So there's that.
All right.
Let me back up here and find the beginning of the Bubbas. Of course, Walter. Y'all all know Walter. He's in the side chat and the panel. We got DJ Play Nice is out there. Duffer 426, Artac and Daughters, Defense Dad. Mark Thomas is on the panel and in the side chat. We got Woods, Tennessee Goddess, Garage Guy 879. That guy, he's in the panel too. Ron 2A Matters, Ozzy Orsborn, Boomstick 22LR, Nutty 357, Dwayne 7834, Tim S, Keith Gregory, and Nutty 357 again. Did I miss some? That don't seem like everybody. Maybe it is.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Brownworks. There's Brownworks out there.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy?
And Mr. Bob is out there. Bubba. I still have not done a video on my Brownworks grips, have I? I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to put them on my 1911.
You did
You know,
show us
that
the grips.
That's almost a crime there, Jamie.
I know, man. I hadn't shot any 45 ACP in probably 6 months. That's more than a crime. I mean,
Good
that's
grief,
probably a felony offense.
Yep. And hopefully we're going to get Mark from Brownworks on here one evening. And let me go ahead and grab it. Say something.
Yeah, he's got some good work out there, you guys. You're looking for grips. Brownworks is where you want to go.
I'm not searching too hard, but I'm going to pick up one of those Heritage Roscoe revolvers as soon as I can find one. And we'll see what those grips look like. And if they're not that fine, we're going to get in touch with Mark and see if he can get one and make some. I think that'd be right up his alley.
What's the Roscoe?
It looks like an old Smith snubby. They're priced, I guess, around three beans. I haven't seen any in the wild yet, but we've been seeing some reviews and getting some info.
Evidently, Miss Fluffy 10mm Jeep. Sorry about that, buddy.
Yeah, fluffy 10mm Jeep guy. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
But I was going to show you guys. You've probably seen the video I put out, and I got actually some more coming. But Market Brownworks makes these awesome pistol stands too, and he made me another one that has my logo on it and everything. But whenever we can get Mark on here, we're going to be giving this one away. Yeah. And I love that live edge on there. I mean, he just does such a wonderful job on whatever he does. So anyway, we'll get him on here sometime soon, hopefully. And we'll be giving that away to some lucky winner. And talking about winners, I got a banner out here that I need to throw out. So if you want to get in tonight's giveaway, it is hashtag HBN80, and that will get you included in the giveaway. So
80, that must mean like two things.
Huh?
What?
Yeah. Well, look here, we got some hashtags going in. Awesome. But yeah, I see DJ out there, Defense Dad, and some others. And like I said, guys, I would really like, I think we all would like, if one of you guys at least can jump on the panel and tell us about what's going on at Thunder on the Prairie today and what you got going on tomorrow. Because this is something that these guys, Travis P11 and Defense Dads, put on. This is their third year, and it's a great deal. They've got sponsorships and everything, for giveaways, and it's a place for like YouTubers and gun people to come together and get to meet each other. And at a venue that's owned by a couple of really, really nice people they're just, well, I understand they are just very, very welcoming and just have a really beautiful range. And they come together, they get to shoot, they get to also film some, have a day or a time to actually, do some footage and like do some filming and everything. And so anyway, we have quite a few people of our community up there right now, and having a great time. So I hopefully one of them can jump on this evening and give us a little bit of an update, about what happened today and what's been planned on to go tomorrow. So, but I know they're probably really busy and having fun. So I can understand that too. So anyway, oh yeah, you gotta put the hashtag in there. The hashtag HBN80 or the giveaway tool won't pick it up otherwise. But alrighty. So let's bring up a topic for tonight. Let me scroll down through here and see what we got. We also I'll talk about this later, I guess, but I've had some comments and some text messages. A lot of people enjoyed the last several weeks when we've been talking about going through the decades, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like everybody's top 3 songs. So we're going to do something kind of like that tonight also a little bit later, but just a little bit different topic. So you're not going to miss that. We're going to have fun with that again tonight. So anyway, I thought this would be a fun little topic here, and I think everybody should be able to relate with this. And we'll just kind of go around the room here and maybe give reasons why. The topic is, do you like to just go out and plink, or do you like to do some precision shooting, or just a little bit of both? And kind of like, what parts of that do you enjoy, or why would that be something that you really like? I'd rather just go out and plink. I'm not really into precision shooting, or vice versa, or man, I just like to shoot guns. And this is what I enjoy about doing both of those. And before we get started there on that topic, we had somebody come right in the back door, and I want to welcome to the stage Mr. Bubba Track Ballistic.
There he is.
Hey, Bubba.
Oh, what's going on, man?
I've been better, but I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Good, buddy.
My favorite diner.
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Moot, he wore his hat just for you tonight, buddy. So everybody's been asking about you, brother. Do you want to share anything with everybody, or just rather not talk about it? It's up to you.
I don't care to share it. I ain't no big deal. Jamie. So Wednesday I went to work, and I was doing something. I can't remember. Like, one of the guards came in. They looked at me, and I looked weird. And
Are you telling me you look weird all the time, just like the rest of us?
Yeah, come on.
that was my first thought, but I was just like, no, you know what? I really don't feel too good. And felt like there was a barrel sitting on my chest, and I was just like, oh, this is weird. And my arm went, well, it didn't go numb, it went weak. And because I could still feel it and everything, but I didn't feel right, And she goes, is there anything I can do? I said, you can call an ambulance right now because I think I'm having a heart attack. And ambulance got there. Of course, me being me, I didn't sit down or nothing like that. I just stood there the whole time. I constantly trying to make sure I got everything done so that nobody had to deal with anything whenever I got taken off in the ambulance. And got there, and they told me my blood pressure was 180 over 120.
Uh-oh.
And they gave me a nitro, then they gave me a second nitro. And I thought for sure I was having a heart attack. I'm not going to lie. I thought it's like God's getting ready to take me right now. I'm at least going to make a joke with these ambulance guys before I go. So I started making every joke I possibly could at the ambulance drivers. And,
Did you say, I'm coming, Ethel?
yeah. So I'm coming, Elizabeth. And get to the hospital or whatnot. And, of course, there's going to be one doctor that wants to tell you you're faking, right? The doctor looked at me, said I was faking, and I was just like, is that a fact? I said, won't you go ahead and look at what the ambulance brought in, what my blood pressure was before you say that one more time? And she went, oh. I said, yes, exactly. Why don't you get the actual doctor in here? I don't need to talk to the assistant. And she didn't take too kindly to that, but she definitely didn't come back in that room. But it turns out what had happened was the water pill that I'm on, water and blood pressure pill that I'm on, apparently zaps your potassium and magnesium. And the fact that I was going through all that and, I kind of had like an anxiety attack at the same time is why my blood pressure spiked so high.
Oh, imagine.
So I spent 3 days in the hospital for them to tell me that, all turning into vampires, drawing my blood every 3 hours. And I was just like, I don't think I got any left, to be honest with you. And they released me Friday about 2 o'clock-ish. Whole entire time. Now, this is how I know I love my boss, because every day I was in the hospital, he would call me like every 3 hours. Are you all right? Are you doing good? Are you okay, buddy? Every 3 hours, my boss called me.
Wow,
And,
that's great.
That made my day better, to be honest with you. That's something that made my day better, to know that I'm valued enough by my boss for him to immediately call me, asking me if I'm all right. He even called my grandparents to let them know that I was okay and in the hospital and all that stuff. Went out of his way. He wasn't even working, and he called them all. And that really that meant a lot. And all that stuff going on, they got me on potassium and a couple of extra things right now. They're probably going to put me on some Xanax, because every time I have one of them fits again, they don't want that to happen again. So I'm probably going to be on some I want to say antipsychotic meds, but it's just anxiety meds.
Yeah. Man, but that's normal. Everybody out there was wondering, if maybe you was low on milk duds or you had too many.
Well, I will say this. This has been an eye opener, even if it wasn't a heart attack, even if it wasn't a stroke or anything like that. It has been a really big eye opener for me, and so I'm probably going to be switching my diet up. Me and CW talked the whole time I was in the hospital. He did not. It's like he texts me every 5 minutes. You doing good? Like, what's going on? Hey, what's going? So like between him and my boss, I love you, brothers, so much, and it meant a lot. Trying not to cry, but it meant a lot that you guys would worry about me. I do not deserve the friendship that I have in you guys, and I appreciate you all so much. Especially CW, not trying to make anybody more than the other, but CW did not leave me alone.
Oh, yeah.
Always showing me something random he hadn't made a video of yet, but wanting to show off to me and give me something to do.
That's great.
But I think what I'm going to try to do here for a diet here soon is I'm just going to be eating white chicken, some greens, and some rice for carbs, and that's it. I'm cutting back a whole hell of a lot. Pardon my French. Here's a quarter for the swear jar.
Yeah. No Glocks.
No Glocks. Not eating no spice Glocks or anything like that anymore. And
so, yeah. Bubba, I'm thankful that you're doing better, and I'm also thankful that the medical establishment has done pretty well at publicizing the symptoms for heart attacks and strokes and stuff like that. They do well with that. But I went to the doctor one time and told him that I thought I was going crazy, and he said, "Well, you're not going crazy, Jamie." And I'm like, "Well, you ain't. We ain't even talked about it. How you know that?" He said, "Because crazy people ain't got a clue." So
That is true. I'm only partially crazy because I do know some things.
Wow.
So we're glad you're back, man. Glad you're out.
Yes. And Bubba, I want to apologize. I did not know anything about it until the beginning of the stream in the back chat. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
You ain't gotta worry about nothing, brother. Like in all honesty, I had no time to tell anybody. CW just happened to text right as I was going in the ambulance. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, and
well, and it's not something that you're going to just broadcast out there either, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want no sympathy or none of that crap, you know. And I've never been.
I'm sorry about that.
But so I got to be sympathetic. Look at your face, Bubba. All right. But I will say the whole ordeal, I had a lot of fun making everybody laugh. And so even if I had have gone out, I did my job. I made everybody laugh. So
see, Bubba, coming from somebody who works in healthcare in a hospital, when our patients make us laugh, it means more than you think, man. It's pretty awesome.
Well, I had the EMS driver, the guy that picked me up in the ambulance, came back through with another patient about 4 hours later, and he saw me, and I'd made him laugh so much in the ambulance. He goes, "I just came back in here for another joke, man. I'll be honest with you." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll line up for you. Here we go.
Bubba goes, let me tell you what I know about animals. We're back about animals.
Oh, that was another topic because they had heard because I talked to another one of the EMS guys about that. And they started asking me animal questions. Needless to say, a lot of people no longer like ducks or dolphins anymore.
Because of that thing.
Yeah, because
right,
of the
right.
Facts.
You know the mantis shrimp can punch through the sound barrier?
Yes, they're ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got predator vision, like literal predator vision.
Well, buddy, we're so glad to see that you're doing all right. And, you know, man, I hate, like, I did not know anything about this, and I'm so sorry that I didn't know about it. Which, I mean, there was not much I could do other than, you know, send you some mean text messages or something. But anyway, so happy that you're doing all right, and you got, like, you know, something in place, a plan, you know, for your, you know, for diets and all that stuff, to get yourself better. And you know, that goes for me and everybody else out there. You know, what Bubba has just shared with us. You know, think about ourselves. You know, we all could, I'm sure, could do a little bit better diet, do a little bit better exercise, and all that stuff. So, I mean, we definitely don't want to be losing anybody, you know, in this community, because each and every person is just wonderful and great people, you know. So, you know, maybe we should like check ourselves and say, hey, you know, what can I do to make my health better and be there for family, friends, you know, children, grandchildren, you know, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case might be. And so, you know, Bubba, he's a young, strong man. And, you know, so, you know,
so many comments out in the side chat, you know, supporting Bubba, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep to my work. I kept getting at it, man. I kept getting at it.
Well,
there's no question about that. No question about you going to work. You're always working, man.
Yeah, that was the other fucking thing.
So, why don't once again, everybody, if you're not entered in the giveaway, put out a hashtag HBN for Hillbilly Nation. That's hashtag HBN80, and that will get you entered in tonight's giveaway. And let's go ahead and start with the first topic tonight. And we're just starting this when you popped on there, Bubba. So we'll just go ahead and let you start first. So do you like to plink or do some precision shooting, or both? And like, is there any reason like you like one or the other, or maybe a certain rifle or pistol? And we'll kind of narrow this down to like, if you're going to name a rifle or pistol, to like maybe just one. That way it'll give room for everybody to have a chance to come up with a different answer. So.
Well, I'll be honest. I love both. I do. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I'm working up a load on something, and I think every reloader in here can say the exact same thing. If I'm working up a load, I'm going for precision. I am in the throws. I am trying my best to get as precise as I possibly can with whatever I'm reloading at the time, and try to get the most out of my rifle that I can. But in other cases, I'm just wanting to shoot. I'm just wanting to have a little bit of fun, go out in the backyard, shoot something like that, which I can't do here, but fingers crossed, I might be able to get me a little bit of land to do that with. But,
awesome.
But I prefer what I do depending on the situation that I'm in and what I've been doing leading up to what I'm about to do, if that makes any sense. But I love both. Plinking's just so much fun. Get you a little cheap little revolver, like a little Heritage. Ping, 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 ping. Just fun all day.
Awesome. That's good stuff, buddy. I totally agree with you on all that. So, Mark Thomas, let's jump up to you, buddy.
Check to make sure I was muted first. I'm going to have to say that I like plinking better. I mean, I do like to precision shoot. I do, want to have, especially for hunting, I want a good, clean, ethical kill. But on a day that we just want to go out and shoot, I want to plink. I grew up, shooting in the backyard with Dad's Ruger single 6, throw a couple of soda cans out there in the yard, 20 feet, and just shoot away. You'd hit it and it would dance. You miss it, and you just shrug it off. And that was fun. And I mean, when Seth and I go to the range, we can't exactly have tin cans out there, so it's targets up on the stand, and still it's just plinking. It's nice to be able to dial something in really good, but really just being out there and shooting and having fun, laughing about it. That's more fun. Plinking, definitely.
It is a lot of fun. Any certain firearm that you just really love to do that with?
Yeah, absolutely. Single action 22 revolver. That's,
nice.
That's the best.
That's a good choice right there, buddy. Oh man, good stuff, buddy. So Walter, how about you, brother?
Well, I think most of you know where I am on this. I'm mostly a handgun shooter, and I don't hunt anymore. And so it's mostly, casting bullets, crafting the ammo for a particular gun, and going to the range and see how well I can shoot it. But lately, I did pick up a couple of Ruger Precision rimfire rifles, one in 17 and the other one in 22 mag. I'm starting to enjoy shooting those and fooling around with scopes and whatnot. It's been a long time since I dealt with any of that kind of stuff. And that's kind of fun, and it's not too expensive to do, although I guess that said, 22 mag ammo around this part of the country is still 30-40 cents a trigger pull, and you can make, 30-06 ammo for less than that with cast bullets. But I don't see myself buying a big time rifle and jumping into it like our buddy Chad Kelly over there has done. But I do kind of like shooting those Ruger Precision rimfire rifles. They're a lot of fun to mess with, and you can you can do a million things with them. You know, they're good out to 100 yards pretty easily. So that's about my extent of any kind of precision shooting. So I guess I'd have to class myself as mostly a plinker. You know, go to the range, poke some holes in paper, and hope they all go into a hole, smaller than that.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of fun right there, buddy. And yeah, I think you'll have fun with some of those precision rifles too. For me, it's a lot of fun to kind of switch up every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm just about jaw dropped on what you said 22 ammo is out there. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's expensive. For 20, not 22 long rifle, but 22 mag.
Oh, 22 mag. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. So is 17 HMR, but I've got lots of 17 HMR ammo in the house, but I had 0 22 mag, so I had to go start buying it. I got, holy cow, man, it's too pricey, but and it's going to get fixing to get even more expensive here in California. They're July 1st, our wonderful state's going to add an 11% excise tax on all ammo and firearms. It's unconstitutional and illegal as heck. To charge a tax on a guaranteed right. So we're challenging it through our state and national organizations, but nonetheless, ammo's flying off the shelves right now.
Oh man, I bet they are, and that money probably goes to committees against firearms too.
It's going to go into Gavin Newsom's presidential race, I'm sure.
It'll pat somebody's pocket somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So anyway, Garage Guy, how about you, buddy?
Well, I just saw a comment here in a side chat a minute ago. Mr. Bob Dabalina said if it's center fire, he's going to go for precision. That's kind of like me. I like to watch a lot of Line Quest Fitness videos. He does the defensive revolver drill videos, and I'll go out and practice some of what I saw on his videos with mainly 38 Special. But I'm a plinker at heart, though. 22 LR. I love all my Rugers. And I do have a 22 LR version of the Beretta 92. And I got to where I can just about shoot the lids off 2 liters with it. If I don't hit it, I'm very close. You know, that's a really accurate pistol. So yeah, I'm a plinker.
Awesome. You gotta try one of those Kel-Tec 22 pistols.
Lord.
Never mind. Just give him Garage Guy some grief here. Anyway, that's good stuff. Garage Guy, appreciate it. So, Jamie, how about you, buddy?
Whoops.
That was not me.
All the medics again.
Still doing good.
I'm still gassy. I'm sorry.
Everything's working.
Did that on purpose, Bubba, but your timing was impeccable, sir. I like shoot guns, man. I mean, I'm kind of like I want my hunting loads right and tight, and I like to shoot 1,000 yards, and I want to eventually get to where I can do that under 1 MOA, and I think I will. But y'all know what this is?
Come with batteries.
You're never gonna guess, so I might as well tell you. This comes off of a container of copier toner. Y'all know in my previous life I was a copier mechanic. So I've saved these for about the last 10 years I was working on copiers. I got a box full of them somewhere, but you can throw these down in the grass, man, and take your little 22 semi-auto and just make it hop along the grass. That's big time fun, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
one of the
That's
things
way better than Walter's going to think about doing with it.
I missed something, and I think I'm glad.
You're better off for it.
Yeah, but these things, a 22 projectile does not make much of a hole at all in them, so you can shoot them up for a pretty long time. One thing me and my granddad used to do is go shoot at crows. Notice I said shoot at crows. You can't shoot crows with a 22 rifle. They actually hear the bullet coming and move out of the way. I mean, seriously. But yeah, I'm kind of like, who was it that said if it's center fire, I want it to be as tight as I can get it. Yeah, and rimfire is fun for plinking. I've got my granddad's Winchester Model 190 out over here, and I'm hoping to do a video soon on that.
Please do.
And I'm gonna put a scope on it and take it out and see if we can shoot that. You know that target you sent me, Hillbilly,
Uh-huh.
the revolver thing. I'm gonna try to shoot it with that rifle at about 50 yards, 25 at least. See what happens. So yeah.
Well, that's good stuff, buddy. Yeah, that is neat. That thing just jump around like that, like an old tin can. That's a lot of fun. I mean, it really is.
The tin can, you tear them up real quick.
Yeah.
That's what things me and Pawpaw used to do was shoot at old tin cans and try to keep them. Try not to let them stop moving. You know, you done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Alrighty. So, Moo, how about you, buddy?
Oh, hey, man. Yeah, I mean, just echoing, like Mark's comments, when I'm sighting in my, deer rifle or whatever, it's always precision because I do not want to have a animal suffer. I want to hit it right where it's supposed to be. But, if I'm running my pistols or 22s or something like that, Plinkins, as long as I'm hitting the steel plates or, the milk carton or, whatever, and add in a little bit of maybe some tannerite, maybe some hard seltzer, some can of green beans here and there. No, not green beans. Green beans are good, but canned asparagus, that goes on the shooting block.
Yeah, I like asparagus. Canned asparagus can die though. Canned
asparagus is so nasty. And I had asparagus tonight for dinner, but canned asparagus. I mean, I'll pickle asparagus. That's great, but the crap that you buy in the store is nasty. It's gross.
I bet it's pretty chewy, ain't it?
No, it's
stringy,
mushy.
It's stringy.
So bad. It's so bad.
I've never had any.
But I was just thinking back from the range last weekend. We're just making sure we got them in the 10 ring and pistols and rifles. It was but no, like I said, the hunting rifles, precision, everything else is plinking.
Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, I have to agree with pretty much everybody out there. I kind of feel the same way. I sure love to make a can dance, or here lately we've had some cans of diced tomatoes and that had been expired. And those things, they just jump they're like jumping beans every time you shoot them. I mean, I guess because the the density or whatever in the can, I don't know, but those have been really fun to shoot. And then of course, we got the cranberry sauce. That's Hillbilly Ballistic Gel, and we can't afford regular ballistic gel down here, so we just use cranberry sauce. And but there's something about that, like precision shooting, like, you know, once you get dialed in, you know, and you can just put some rounds dang near through the same hole, you know, on paper or whatever case might be. There's just a good feeling about that. You like, you know, you feel like, man, this rifle, you know, it's just me and this rifle works really good together, you know, in scope or whatever the case might be. And you know, that's just, to me, that's just as much satisfying too. So I figured everybody would, you know, enjoy this topic. I think it's, you know, we all kind of like one or maybe the other, but I believe that all in all, we like both of them. I mean, pretty much everybody. So anyway, guys, make sure you get your hashtag in. I'll put that banner up here again real quick. It is, hang on a second, every time I try to scroll fast, I push the button on my mouse and it turns in that little circle and just like gets really weird. But anyway, get your hashtag in HBN80 to get entered in the giveaway tonight. And we will be giving away the skinny blue knife tonight. So anyway, let's see. I think we got time for another. We'll do that giveaway about the bottom of the hour. So let's go ahead and do this. We talked the last few weeks about different generations of music, you know, starting with like 2000 and newer all the way down to I think the 40s or 50s, and you know, on the top 3 songs. But I thought this would be fun. I got a lot of comments and texts about people said they really enjoyed that. So I thought, well, let's just kind of do the same thing, but let's talk about some movies. And so, Bubba, I know in the music industry you wanted to go last. You want to go last this time too, buddy? Because I know the type of shows you like probably fall in this.
I mean, we can always come back around and I can throw out the rest of them, to be honest with you.
Oh, hang on a minute here. Looky here. Michael Dunn, member for 6 months, he says, "Hey, guys," and threw in the hashtag. Hey, buddy. Good to see you out there. So we can start down to you, Bubba, or start back up with Moon, whichever one you want to do, and we'll go around the room.
I don't mind starting. I can always hit the other ones later. For the 50s, it's going to be any Abbott and Costello movie. To be honest with you, like you're not gonna find any video that I like more than Abbott and Costello. So let's go with Hold That Ghost, Meet Frankenstein, and Meet the Invisible Man. There we go. We'll just go from there. All right, moving on. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to be very, very kind.
All righty. So, Mark Thomas, we'll go ahead and jump on up to you.
I got to think about that one. Movies from the 50s. No, you're going to have to come back to me because I'm not
come
sure.
Back to you, no problem. We'll go over to Walter, and then we'll come back to you, buddy.
I got some old ones, but I'm not sure if they're that old.
Oh, man. There's... In the 50s, that was, you know, black and white movies. There were no special effects. All the movies were carried by the actors, and there were a number of movies that came out that were kind of followed some of the stage productions, and I'm trying to think when the movie Oklahoma came out, and I think that was in the 50s. I believe it was, and I think maybe East of Eden was a 50s movie. And how about, oh gosh, during the 50s, when I was a kid in the 50s, I was on the planet then, and we would walk to the theater on Saturdays, and Mom would give us a quarter, and you got into the theater for 15 cents, and you had a dime for popcorn. And
Wow.
and it was a double feature with a couple of 3 cartoons and a couple of newsreels that the kids all hated to sit through the newsreels, but we loved the cartoons. And there were a lot of what we were calling then serials, and once a month or so another edition of the Copperhead, who is this sci-fi guy, and it was kind of Buck Rogers sort of early sci-fi stuff. Oh yeah, and there were a couple of westerns. I can't even remember the names of them now, but so how about
Walter, I had to sneak off onto another tab, and East of Eden is a movie from the 50s.
Okay, yeah, that was a pretty good movie. Let's see. Grapes of Wrath may have come out then as well during the 50s. I think it did.
Yeah, I think it probably did.
And I don't know, man. That's hard for me to remember the big time movies. I remember going and watching Cowboys and Indians and the sci-fi serials more than anything else. But, and I think Oklahoma came out during that era as well, which was a film version of a Broadway production. It was actually a pretty good story. A lot of good music, and it was a musical.
Walter, let's pair up a little bit, because you said westerns.
Hang on a second, we got a sighting out there.
Oh, there he is. Are we ready?
Yep.
On 3, 2, 1. Hey, Mario! The Battle Bean, his own self, has joined us.
Operation Petticoat. I forgot about that. Side chat's throwing out a bunch. Go ahead, Mark, about that.
Yeah, I was saying maybe Walter and I could pair up a little bit. He was talking about westerns. I was trying to think. The Searchers.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Another one, when I went and looked, there was a great movie, Heaven Knows Mr. Robinson. And James Garner. And I'll have to go over to the other tab. It was a really good one, where a nun and a Marine get stuck on an island together. I think when I looked over there, The Expendables might have been another.
Yeah, and you're talking about the Expendables, the original one.
Yeah,
that is. A lot of people probably don't know that there was one way before the. So who all's in the newer one? Sylvester Stallone and a whole bunch of different actors.
The African Queen with Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn.
Oh yeah.
That was a great film, man. That was one of those ones that's totally carried by the actors. Like we were saying, it's in black and white, and there's no special effects or anything. And it was a good story carried by 2 fantastic actors. That was a good one. The Quiet Man, Michael Dunn. Oh man, one of his best movies.
Okay, so I got to correct something. Hold That Ghost was in 1941. I was thinking it was the 50s, and so was Meet Frankenstein. So my bad.
No, these are 50. This is 50s and back.
Oh, then I'm good then. All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I thought we were just doing 40s. All right, my bad. All right, 50s. My bad.
Mm.
Had to double check. I wasn't sure at a certain point.
Man,
Yeah,
there's
some good ones out there.
some of
Yeah.
my pick ones that I wanted to do. There's one of them DJ shout out, Rebel Without a Cause.
Oh yeah, James Dean, man.
So, Garage Guy, we're up to you, buddy.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Three Stooges did a movie or two back from the 50s. I can't remember the names, but their stuff's always funny to me. I really enjoyed their comedy. I was also a big fan of the sci-fi B movies, and there's one that sticks out in my mind because the man that directed it was just born across the mountain here in the next county. I think it was called Forbidden Planet. And if I'm not mistaken, that was in color, one of the first color sci-fi movies. I can't remember if it was 50s, it might have been early 60s, I don't know for sure. And the old World War II movies, in black and white. And I watched one here last weekend called Attack with Jack Palance. Eddie Albert played a cowardly company commander, and they had run-ins all the time, but it was a really good movie. There's probably several other war movies. I can't think of them right now, but the old World War II black and white movies out of the 50s, they were always good to watch.
Awesome, good stuff. So, Jamie, how about you, buddy?
I was checking to make sure I wasn't muted. Earlier, I saw somebody put up Gone with the Wind. That was 1939. The reason I know that was because the premiere was in Atlanta. Not that I was alive in 1939. My mom told me. There's this movie that I really like, and I don't know how many of y'all may have seen it, but it's I think it's Glenn Ford and the guy that played in Psycho. What's his name? Anthony Perkins? Is that it? Is that right?
Yeah.
And it's a Western. It's called 10 Star. And Glenn Ford, if I got that right, if I got the right guy, he plays a retired sheriff he was a lawman, now he's a bounty hunter. And Anthony Perkins kind of gets thrown into the role of the town sheriff for by no fault of his own. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. But if y'all can, you guys that like Western, look up 10 Star. You ought to be able to get it and watch it. And the first, the first version of another Western, I can't remember. I'll find it in a minute. Dagnabbit. Gunfight at the OK Corral. It wasn't Tombstone. It wasn't.
She wore a yellow rose.
It was.
It had what's his name that talked? Man, he was on a bunch of different movies, but was you talking about? She wore a yellow rose.
No, I'm talking about Gunfight at the OK Corral with Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas. It come out in 1957. That was the original. And then the last one I'll talk about is one you watch every Easter weekend, the 10 Commandments. You know,
Oh yeah.
I always love watching that movie. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many from the 50s to the 60s, well into the 60s. There's so many great cowboy movies and so many great war movies that are historic. The history is probably not accurate, but yeah, man, good topic. Thanks, dude.
You betcha. I still got two on the burner that nobody's called out yet. So anyway, let's go on to you, Moon.
Oh man, I have to admit I had to cheat a little bit and look them up, but
I had to look up some dates. Yeah, I had the movie,
Yeah.
but I had to make sure it was in that date.
yeah, I mean, but there's a few movies that stuck out, and I don't know if they've been called out yet, but North by Northwest.
Man, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, watched that with my parents a few times, and the Bridge over the River Kwai. Watched that many times with my dad, and then of course there's the old Godzilla that came out in the 50s. So
Yeah.
you gotta watch the Godzilla, man. So did I hit on any years, Hillbilly, that you had on reserve?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. Well, that's my 3, man. I was going down memory lane trying to look at some stuff that.
Yeah, 50-Foot Woman was one. I wasn't on the couple, but yeah, that was one of the ones I was thinking about that nobody had mentioned.
Oh, the
yet.
Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go on that ride, Daddy. Me too, son. Me too.
She's in bed.
Ben-Hur.
Yeah, Ben-Hur was on there.
Great movie.
Oh man, there's so many good ones out there. So the 2 that I was talking about that nobody had called out yet, which is actually, if I had to start naming out some of my all-time favorite movies, these would be 2 of them. I mean, coming in at a hard first is Sergeant York. I mean, that I can just watch that over and over and over and over again. And a lot of people don't know that was Warner Brothers' very first movie production. And they put everything they had into it. If that would have been a failed movie, we'd probably have no Warner Brothers. And I mean, it was based on a true life story, and it just, I mean, I can tell you how to make your day better. If you've not ever watched Sergeant York, just watch Sergeant York. It's at least a 2-hour movie, I'd say. 2 hours. But it will make your day better. I forgot about that one. No Time for Sergeants with Andy Griffith. That was another. Oh man, I loved that movie. But my other one that I had saved up that nobody had said yet is It's a Wonderful Life. Those 2 movies, Sergeant York and It's a Wonderful Life, is something that we make sure we watch at least every year. I mean, those are just. I mean, something about them, it's just great stuff. And so, but also I want to throw in, and the reason I'm throwing this in because maybe somebody on the side chat or panel or somebody watching the rewind of this, Audie Murphy. If you don't know who Audie Murphy is, man, do a Google search on this guy. I mean, and watch some of his movies. I mean, we all have favorites. There's your John Waynes, your Clint Eastwoods, and all that stuff. But I mean, to be quite honest with you, Audie Murphy, he was the real deal. I mean, the dude was an actor, stopped acting, joined the service, come back and started acting again. And it just I just love that guy because to me he's kind of like a national treasure, for Hollywood. I mean, and there's a lot more of them out there too, but as far as the some of the older movies, Audie Murphy, it starts with an A. I might not be pronouncing it right, but anyway, man, some good stuff out there. Anybody else like Audie Murphy?
I'm busting a gut. Audie Murphy was a genuine American badass.
He was.
He was a Congressional Medal of Honor winner and a World War II hero. And any movie with him, especially the Westerns, you'll like it. Because he didn't play in no junk because he had this big old hunk of hardware hanging off of his shirt pocket. You know what I mean? Or in a case or whatever. But another guy that we didn't talk about, and there's this thing called the Renown series. It's Buddy Badaker, I think is his name, was the director. Renown Productions, RANOWN. There's a series of 7 movies starring Randolph Scott, and all 7 of them are great. If y'all can find those, you'll really like those if you're into cowboy movies.
Randolph Scott.
Great Scott!
He's in a lot of westerns.
Yeah,
What happened to Randolph Scott riding his horse alone?
I was thinking of Blazing Saddles. You do it for Randolph Scott. Randolph Scott.
What year did Shane come out?
Huh?
it was in the 50s.
Yeah. Shane
Wait a
was
minute,
another
I can
classic.
tell you. Shane's a great movie.
Mhm. And actually, I'm not for certain if it's 50s or 60s, but the book came out a long time ago, but Where the Red Fern Grows.
There's one, High Noon. We didn't say High Noon.
Oh, yeah.
So, since I forgot, I didn't realize we were doing the 50s and back. I got one other movie I want to mention.
Yeah.
And I only mention this because it was one of the first sources of dark humor in film history, and it was in 1939, I believe. Arsenic and Old Lace. And that's probably one of my favorite movies from that era, to be honest. In all honesty.
Shane came out in 1953, directed by George Stevens, starring Alan Ladd, Gene Arthur, and check this out, Van Heflin.
Wow.
And there's a lot of these old movies like this that you'll recognize faces, and you won't be able to call their name until you like a week later, and it's
Right.
like and it's like, man, he was so young I didn't recognize him. Like Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
He's
Especially-
one that he
Angel
started,
Eyes.
he started young and he became a big star. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
So
if we're gonna go back to the 40s, you got to bring up Casablanca.
Oh,
absolutely.
good one.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
when I didn't look this one up, but something that I enjoyed was the show Annie. I mean, we're not talking westerns or nothing, but I mean,
Right.
as a youngster, I
Good
enjoyed
music in it. And
that. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to do that, you might as well throw in The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
The Sound of Mucus.
You might want to
Ricola.
Well, you know, he mentioned Lee Van Cleef. I got a channel in here on the TV that plays nothing but episodes of The Rifleman, and Lee Van Cleef made I don't know how many appearances in that series.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least
he was
half
quite a
dozen.
character actor.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
as a kid, we weren't really talking about TV series, but the Daniel Boone, man, I just loved watching that. And we might do some TV series, later on, and because there's a lot of good TV series, especially back then.
Oh yeah,
And
50s was the dawn of TV, and there was some good stuff that came out. Way different than what we see today, that's for sure.
Exactly. That's why I watch YouTube instead of TV nowadays.
On the Rifleman, in the opening, how many shots does he shoot?
I know this.
8.
Guessing about.
I'm running it back in my brain trying to count them.
I want to say,
is it 7?
They added an extra shot that he didn't actually shoot.
Right.
And here's another fact about the Rifleman. He's using a Winchester Model 1892. The series was set in the 1880s, so if they'd been on the internet back in the 50s, people would have climbed all over that.
Yeah.
Not just that, but it supposedly was chambered in 4440.
Yeah.
So when you talk about shots, New Text, I said Can says too many, Duffer says 9, and Wood says 7.
Nope.
I said 8.
Was it 8?
No.
What was it, Moo?
13.
Really?
13.
Man, I can't count that far.
That gun would hold 13 rounds of 4440.
I know. I'm not saying it's accurate, but
that's why there's 13 shots. He wouldn't shoot the 13th. That's why there's one shot he didn't take.
Yeah, Ron Wayne said 8,000.
I could be wrong. I don't.
Yeah.
Not
He
making any
could have
money
done it
off.
with an 1866 Henry, but
DJ threw some good ones out there too.
Somebody was saying something about Duffer 426. Lee Van Cleef was in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, also a very young Lee Van Cleef. And I watched that movie earlier this week at work, and I noticed him. And see, I have ringing in my ears, and if it's completely quiet in my shop, that drives me insane. And so I have to have some kind of noise going on. So I'll have something playing on. I generally turn on YouTube and just, whatever it plays, it plays. But The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance was,
oh man,
that was an absolutely fantastic movie. So,
oh yeah,
who was the man who shot Liberty Valance?
Well, didn't Jimmy Stewart shoot him?
Jimmy Stewart shot him and later got elected to the Senate. And who was his friend?
Oh man, been a minute since I've watched that.
John Wayne. And who was Liberty Valance?
He's a jerk. That's why somebody shot him.
No, shoot. God, I hate getting old. I can see him. He's right here in front of my face.
Me too, and I can't
name
think of his name either. I'm going to have to look it up.
Duffer says Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin, thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Duffer got it.
But the best scene in that movie to me is in the Jimmy Stewart's working in this restaurant. I mean, he's going to law school, Lee Marvin trips him, and he goes sprawling head over heels, and steaks go flying. And it was John Wayne's steak.
Yeah.
John Wayne told him, Liberty looked at Liberty and told him, said, "Well, I can't believe you did that to me." And he said, "Well, pick it up." And John Wayne stood up and said, "No, you tripped him. You pick it up." So Liberty Valance was a bad guy, but he didn't want none of John Wayne.
Right.
No.
That was you're absolutely right. It had some great acting in it and just a really gripping storyline too. It was one of those, it was all set kind of in about a 1 block radius in the town. There wasn't a whole lot of anything out in particular outside of town, but it was almost all about the saloon and the restaurant and the street at night.
The setting of it is a flashback. It's Jimmy Stewart, and he later, I think he was married to the lady that was running the saloon in the restaurant, and they were telling the story.
Yeah. He was recounting those days before he got into politics.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you think we can come back to this? Think we ought to give these folks a chance to win something out here?
Absolutely. I got to get ready to go to bed anyway, but I want to see who wins.
Alrighty. Mr. Bob says it's a Western without horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it had a stagecoach in it.
Yep.
Oh man. So anyway, let's pull up the giveaway tool here. And everybody has just a minute or so to get their hashtags in. Hashtag HBN80. And we will be giving away the skinny blue knife tonight. And I was going to show it, but I don't know if the skinny blue knife needs any introduction.
There you go.
Oh, there's maybe has one.
It's pretty cool.
Some people call it the Tron. Some people call it the RTDT.
Oh, yeah.
We just call it the skinny blue knife.
Skinny blue knife.
So there's 27 people entered. 28. And 29. Here we go. Bubba, why don't you do the countdown and tell me when to spin this thing?
All righty. See, 5, 4, 3, 2. What comes after 2?
5.
1. Go ahead.
Broadway. Congratulations.
Railroad.
Yeah, go check out his channel, man.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
He got some really good stuff over there.
He does.
Congratulations, Ron. I know you're still out there. Go ahead and say something, buddy. You just entered a minute ago, so.
Yeah, he's out there, man.
He's there. There's a 20-second lag on the thing.
He was next to the last guy that entered. Him and DJ entered right before he hit the button. I know he's out there.
Oh, so that's Travis T.
There he is. He's there.
Awesome.
Send your gift to 2livemoo@gmail.
Oh, he says redraw. He won on the members this last week. So, all right. So that's awesome. That's really nice of you, Ron, to regift that. And also, this giveaway is not only sponsored now by Ron Wayne, it is mainly sponsored by the VIPs. So make sure you think a VIP of this channel because they are the ones sponsoring the giveaways. And I want to thank each and every one of them very much. So we're going to, Bubby, you want to count us down again? We'll give this thing another whirl, see where it lands.
All righty. 3, 2, 13, Mississippi, 47, Hut. Go.
Giddy up.
DJ, play that.
Play night.
About time DJ won something.
Yeah.
He helps us all out all the time.
Yeah, he does so much for the community.
Does
There's
he
no
have
doubt
a-
about that.
Does he have a skinny blue knife?
I don't know if he does
I
or
don't
not.
think so.
I heard Dog Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Okay, Bubba,
DJ
who's
brother.
that song?
You out there?
Let's see where he's at.
He's on his phone at Thunder on the Prairie.
Yeah, he said they had some storms coming through too. So, oh,
There he is.
There he is.
All right. Well, just send
All
your
day and all night. All right, DJ. I do have your address, buddy.
He's like Johnny
So-
Fever.
Ain't he though? All right, I need to cut out of here, but before I do, I got to ask Bubba a couple of questions. He brought up Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Who sang that song?
Oh, without cheating, man, I can't tell you.
Um,
That wasn't.
3 Dog Night.
Yep. Who wrote it?
Oh, it was Three Dog Night.
Yeah, who wrote it?
Man,
Glenn
I can't
Campbell?
remember- I can't remember who wrote it.
You're
I'll be
muted.
honest. I got lucky. I got lucky with the name of the band that sung it.
Yeah. Dolly Parton. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it was Hoyt Axton.
Well, now I got to know who wrote it.
He told you who wrote it.
Jeremiah.
DJ will know it.
Jeremiah wrote it.
No, Hoyt Axton wrote it.
No, the
Hoyt
bullfrog.
Axton wrote it.
The bullfrog.
Jim Stafford's a great guest, Mr. Bob, for sure. All right,
I
guys.
don't like spiders and snakes.
And that ain't what it takes to love me.
Vanessa is going to know.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
man.
Jamie, before you take off, let us know what you got coming up, buddy.
Nothing. I'm wanting to do that video with that Winchester 190, and it's vintage, man. It's old, and I'm gonna put a scope on it. But good night, Scotsman. Friday night's 8:00, Georgia Shooting Connection, and hope all y'all come and join us. And Garage Guys, about time for you to show up on the panel, dude. I don't know what's up. I mean, you know, dang.
I mean, I was going to show up last night, but I got too tired.
But yeah,
And I understand that. Remember, go to church somewhere tomorrow morning, and quickly, my son, I told him, I said, come go to church with me in the morning. He said, I can't get up and motivated. Our Sunday school starts at 9 a.m. So I can't get up and motivated at that time of the morning. And I'm like, I didn't say it to him, but I was thinking, you know, they hung Jesus on the cross a little bit after daylight. He'd been up all night.
right.
Sweet, sassy, molassie.
I know it. I shouldn't even think that, but that's how my mind works.
No, you should have said it, Jamie. You should have said it.
That would have made me laugh.
But I know my son, and I know what he had said. He said, "Well, he's fixing to have a 3-day nap, Dad."
Good grief.
I
Good
mean,
night, guys. Thank y'all for having me and putting up with
Good
me.
night, Jamie.
Jamie.
Good night, buddy.
hey,
We'll
Rob.
see you.
Hey, I'm going to chase Jamie out the door. It's been a long day. I've been out running around quite a bit, so nothing to plug. Thanks for having me. Been a great evening. Love everybody. Have a great weekend.
Right on, Mark.
Good night, Mark.
Hey,
Take care.
Mark, thank you so much for being on here, buddy.
Thank you.
Sleep well, buddy.
Oh man.
What a great group of guys, man.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
I'm not far behind the rest of these guys. You know,
No,
I got an
I
excuse.
got to get you one of those hats, Viejo. That's one of the hats
I'll have to repeat the story of the hat one of these nights for everybody who doesn't know.
Well, you can send me one of those hats.
You can't have this one, but
I got one that's it's actually not similar.
you made that hat famous.
For the VAO video, I did.
Yeah, that was hilarious too, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun. I broke out laughing and then started crying because I was hurting so bad. My ribs were all busted.
You know, I had to cheat. It was like a month ago or something like that. I had to Google what viejo meant, and now I'm like,
oh, well, it's Spanish for it can actually mean old anything, but when used to refer to a person, it just means old man. But you can have an old day. You can have a ranfla viejo. It can be an old jalopy. It can be anything, you know.
Okay,
so
every time I Google it though, it said viejo pendejo.
Yeah.
Well, that's not safe. Hold on.
That's not accurate as far as I know.
Yeah, well, pendejo has a couple of pretty good English translations too that work, but
yeah, you could. No.
But it's California. You got to speak 2 languages here at least.
Oh man, but no, I just thought it was like a cool name, you know. And
oh
like,
yeah.
Oh. And then I just Googled it, and I'm like, oh.
Well, my channel name, the lead in to every video says El Viejo con Armas, which means an old man with guns. So that's where the Viejo part came with. At the beginning, the lead into each video says that El Viejo con Armas presents whatever it is I'm presenting that day. So the old man with the guns.
Well, either way, man, it's a cool channel name.
Thanks.
It definitely is. So
hey, just kind of in a dull spot here, I want to give another quick shout out. I'm sure she's gone to bed already, but a lot of you know that Brooke Cheney has a Great Start Shooting School channel that goes on for 30 minutes just before this show, and she's ailing tonight too. She was good for about 7 minutes on her channel. She had to flick it in, and that her son was having his Eagle Scout celebration, and so she wanted to make sure that he got shouted out. But so think about Brooke Cheney. If you guys in the side chat haven't subscribed to her channel, she does a great show, and she's all about suicide prevention. I mean, she's a firearms instructor too, but she's all about, hey, if we're going to talk about firearm safety, we got to talk about that 2/3 of the fatalities and how they happen.
Are suicides by firearm.
Yeah, so she's and I appreciate her for that. But anyway, I wanted to mention that.
Yeah,
that she's ailing tonight. So.
Yeah, she's great.
Most definitely. Yeah, I finally I had time tonight to jump on there, and then she had a short show, but she sounded like she was not feeling good. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounded like DJ for like half of the show.
Yeah. That's right. She had DJ in her throat.
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait a
no
minute with that
offense.
sentence.
No offense, DJ. He's probably watching.
He's still there.
He is watching. I saw his comment right down there.
Oh, DJ just put her channel link in the side chat. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah, I'll send you more subversive stuff on text, DJ.
Oh yeah. Well,
all right, guys, I'm fixing to pull out here too. And this is another good idea, Hillbilly. You know, you have come up with some really good topics to discuss, and you know, the music one carried us for weeks, and it was to everybody's delight, including mine. That was such a great run. We had more fun with that than we deserved for sure. And the movie thing can go for a long time too.
Oh yeah.
Can't go quite as far back with movies as we can with music. Music been around forever. Movies only been here since the 20s. So, but I'm gonna head out, guys. I'll see you all on the next go around. Well, let's see. We had Free the Few over on my Rumble channel. That's a Rumble only series with cast mostly about reloading and a little bit of shooting. Monday we got coming up. We had the 45 ACP shootout series that I'm doing, a whole bunch of different 230 grain round nose bullets, all using the same gear on the same press with the same powder charge. It comes out of Lee's data section, which is a little bit nebulous as to how they arrive at their data. But anyway, it's about the 12th issue of that coming out on Monday. Today I put out one that got a lot of notice already. I had gotten a bunch of bullets from Midway. There were 44 mag bullets, and they put out factory seconds once in a while. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes the packaging came in wet, and they're stained or something like that. But these bullets had all gone through the cannelure machine backwards, and so the cannelure was about eighth of an inch up from the bottom of the bullet, now instead of down from the ogive. So I have a tool. That is a cannelure tool. So I ran them all through that and made a video of that today. I was interested that hardly anybody knew what that tool was or even knew it existed. So there was that. And we're going to start shooting some long guns here at Casa de Viejo. So we'll have some video of that stuff coming up shortly.
Nice.
That's what we got going on. And very much appreciate the invitation as always to come and participate. What a great crowd. You guys know me. And I say it every week, and I mean it every week. It's a good hand to draw to. I'll put it that way.
We sure enjoy you, Walter. Thank you so much for being on here, buddy.
Yep, all my pleasure. So we'll see you all at the next go around. Good night, everybody.
See you, buddy. Have a good evening.
What a good dude, man.
Oh man, yeah, he's great. You know, he's totally him and Moondog, and then a lot of people even on the side chats. Great proof that there is good people out there on that West Coast. They're just, kind of stuck in a bad spot with what's going on out there. So, we don't talk about politics, but it's just, it's nice to know there's people out there still fighting for, their rights and all that. And so anyway, I wish them so much luck. I mean, so. Oh my goodness. So, was there anything else, we'll jump back to the movies that we were talking about earlier, 1950s and before. Is there any thing else anybody wanted to throw out there? Let's see, what did we call it last time, Bubba?
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Yeah, that's what it was. And with the show, with the music. So I bet, does anybody have any honorable mentions about movies from the 50s and back? Yeah.
Buck Privates Come Home. Come dance with me, Henry. Let's see here. Noose hangs high. In the Navy.
Oh, in the Navy. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Abbott and Costello meet Captain Kidd. Jack and the Beanstalk. I could just go through all Abbott and Costello movies if I'm being completely, totally honest.
Let me know if anybody's watched this one. And I didn't Google it or anything to find out when it was made, but I'm sure it was probably in this timeline. Jesse James versus Frankenstein.
Is that like a chopper build with like battery terminals out the forks? Yeah.
I want to say that was in the 60s.
It was probably in the 69s.
'66.
We scribble that one down for next week.
You know, I'd mentioned the World War II movies, and there were so many really great movies about that made back in the 50s, but yet my mind is a blank right now. I can see them in front of my face right now like I'm watching them, and no movie titles are coming to my head right now.
Oh, like Guns and Navarone.
Yeah.
After on the side tab, we got Arsenic and Old Lace, which I think somebody may have said that earlier.
That would be me.
Yeah. Heidi and Of Mice and Men. Yeah.
Flowers for Algernon.
So there was a movie, and when Jamie was talking about gunfight at OK Corral, there was a movie, and it was not called that. I want for some reason I was wanting to say She Wore a Yellow Rose, but I know there's a John Wayne movie called that too, I think. But there was a Western. It was about the gunfight at OK Corral, but that it didn't have nothing to do with that in the name. And I've been sitting here the whole time trying to think what the name of that show was. So if anybody, it had, was it Walter Brennan? He had that like peculiar voice. He also was the preacher in Sergeant York, that same actor. He was in this movie. And anyway, it was really good. It had a lot of great actors in it, but it was about the gunfight at the OK Corral, but that was definitely not the name of the movie. And I cannot think of what it was. It's been bugging me ever since Jamie was talking about that earlier. Man.
Ronald Reagan made some movies back in the 50s. I think one of it was
Bedtime for Bonzo?
That might have been Hellcats of the Navy or something. I think he was. Yeah. And his wife played in that movie as well.
Just say no to drugs.
God, what was her name she went by? Nancy Davis, I think was the name she went by before she married him.
I think you're right.
Oh, there was another actor also, Alan Hill Sr., his son, Jr., played the skipper on Gilligan's Island. Earl Flynn, there's another good actor from back
Oh,
in that
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Mr. Bob come up with it. My Darling Clementine. Yes. I was literally trying to Google that. Yes. My Darling Clementine was the name of that movie. And this to read the title of it, you wouldn't think it'd be about you know, a gunfight, okay, crowd, but it was. And Walter Brennan was in it, and I can't remember who all was in it, but it had a lot of good actors in it. But thank you so much, Mr. Bob. That would have drove me nuts all night. I'd have been Googling and Googling trying to figure that out.
Was the Alamo made in the 50s or was that 60s?
Oh man.
Wasn't John Wayne in that as well?
I think he was I think John Wayne was in most of or some version of about every movie.
Yeah, that's true.
He may even play Daniel Boone once. I don't know. But there was like movies, some of them I cannot remember the name, but like I seen John Wayne in that like they were way up in the Northwest and they were logging trees, and stuff like that and down the rivers and I mean there's so many movies that guy was in and I mean it seems like all of them are great.
Yeah. Well, Bama Dad just mentioned the Cane Mutiny. That was Humphrey Bogart.
Oh yeah.
Another Bogart movie, I think, from the 50s was Key Largo.
Yeah.
Probably about 20 minutes after this stream ends, all the titles to those war movies will hit me. That's how it usually works.
Yeah, I was just looking at My Darling Clementine. It had Henry Fonda as White Herb. Yeah. And I knew it had a lot of other, big actors in it, but I couldn't remember all of them. Yeah, Mr. Bob says that's one of those rare cases where the reality was bigger than the Hollywood could make it. Yeah. South Pacific. Oh man, yeah, Bam and Dad. I forgot about that one too. That's another good movie. Yeah. Some of the names, like I could like be watching some of those old movies, and it sometimes it's hard for me to remember the names, but when people get talking about them, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that, or if they say the name, then I remember. But From Here to Eternity, yeah, another good one. So, Bubba, did you watch anything in those ages other than Abbott and Costello? Much?
Sergeant York was one. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, I believe, was the other one that the same actor.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Citizen Kane, of course. Let's see. Quite a few, actually, when I go to think about it.
Bama Dad says his wife is an old movie buff.
Like I mentioned it earlier, Flowers for Algernon. Of Mice and Men, I did see, which is actually referenced in Flowers for Algernon. At least the book is. It says mice plans, best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. Was the direct quote from that movie.
What was Abbott and Costello movie where they went to Africa.
Africa Screams.
Africa Screams, yeah.
That was 49 or 51. I can't remember.
So, Bubba, since you are a historian of Abbott and Costello, I don't know the answer to this, but when did they do Who's on First?
Who's on First was originally done for their TV show, but they did mention it once in a movie, and that would be the Naughty 90s. Get your minds out of the gutter. It was about the roaring 1890s. It had to do with a riverboat, gambling riverboat that they were on.
I mean, Who's on First has to be one of the best skits of all times. I mean, if it's not, it's got to be in the top 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
In drama class and stuff, like we had to us and like a partner, we had to the whole class, every person had to partner up and do that skit. And I mean, it is so tongue twisting, and it's way harder than what a person thinks it is.
I'll give you one more because, see, when they did it on the TV series, it was longer.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot longer, and it got way more confusing. And it's, as a matter of fact, I think the TV series one was literally 5 minutes longer. The whole skit itself is about 10 minutes. So they added another half of that skit to the skit on the show. So it's
Bam those out there 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, man. I remember the first time I watched that one as a kid. And I mean it wasn't new then, but I do remember that show, no doubt.
I'm going to sound snooty when I say this, but I liked the book better. I don't mean to be snooty. I do. I like the book way more.
Well, that's good. I appreciate you and other people that loves to read. I've not been much of a reader, man. Just never really have. I was one of those people. I'd be like, I'll wait till the movie comes out. I mean, I do read books, but I don't read anywhere close to what my wife reads. And
So that was actually another interesting conversation I had in the hospital, because when I went to get discharged, right? They said, "Is there anything you can help me with?" I said, "Yes. Can I take this hospital bed home with me?" And they was just like, "Okay, that's a new one. I've never heard that. Usually people complain about the beds." I said, No, I want this bed." They said, "Why do you want the bed so much?" I was like, "Listen, leave me alone. I like to read at night, okay? And this thing adjusts to the perfect posture for me to read, watch TV, and fall asleep at the same time. All right? I want this bed. I want this bed." And then the nurse just looked at me like I was crazy. I mean, she's probably right, but still.
Well, save you up some money. This is one thing I want, and I, it seems like all these things come up, firearms or something when we save a little money up. But I do want the that bed that does all that stuff, and it adjusts while you're sleeping. Even if you start snoring, it raises you up so you quit snoring.
That would just be more helpful for my house, not me.
Yeah, it's like a smart bed.
It's like, "Hey, you're being annoying. Go to sleep." I am asleep.
What is the name of those? I can't think of them right now. But Bam and Dad come out with Cinderella, Peter Pan, and Song of the South. Man, those are some classics right there. I love each and every one of them. Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed was oh, I guess that'd be a TV show, wouldn't it? I don't know if they made a movie
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, there's a time that like Mr. Ed and My Favorite Martian, they come on right after another, like on whatever channel I watched back in the day. And I love both of them. Oh yeah, Kirk Douglas. Definitely. Misty is a book reader too. She says she's got a bookshelf from floor to almost the ceiling at Ron Builder. It's full of books. You got more that don't even fit on it. Yeah. Well, we have like 3 bookshelves, but I have to say my wife's read most of them. Bam and Dad says, my dog does that. She wakes me up if I snore. Oh, man. Now, my dog just gets up and barks in my face. It's like, shut the heck up. Oh, no. Remember that? So you try to get a copy of the Song of the South. Disney disavowed it. Oh, man. Yeah, that is probably the woke crowd. Like, we can't have that anymore, regardless of what history or anything. And he says, yeah, those come in handy when the grid goes down. Yeah, your bed ain't going to work. But books will, though. Mom and Dad. Yeah, it is sad, Nutty. Something that we all grew up and cherished as kids. Disney, and they've just. I mean, old Walt. That's one thing I can say. Two men that did a lot for this country. One was Walt Disney, and the other one was Sam Walton. And of course, there's many, many more. But I'm just talking about those 2 guys, what they did for this country, and all the stuff they stood for, and all that, to where their companies are now. It's got to be just really devastating for them, if they could see it now. Sam Walton had a statue of him holding a shotgun with his 2 hunting dogs. They took it down. I mean, the dude was really proud of that statue. So. But anyway, we don't really want to get into all that, I guess. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bob says they don't show me more, but I really like the Charlie Chan movies. Yes. Those are good ones, too. Yeah, you're exactly right, Bama Dad. Well, fellers, does anybody else got any thing they want to share before we start getting out of here? Let these fine folks get to bed.
I'm out.
So we'll start down with you, Bubba. Do you? I know it might be a little while. But you got any plans? Some videos coming up, or the good, the bad, the Bubba?
I am going to try. I tried to do a lot this past week, and then that hit me. So I'm gonna try to do something. I can't just be sitting around here at the house and going to work and that's it. I got to do something because it's driving me crazy. Not being able to be at the range or anything like that. It's been ridiculous. So I'm trying to do something, but I mean, don't anticipate, but don't think I'm promising you guys anything. This whole ordeal has really wiped me out, and until I get that all balanced out, I'm not going to be able to do good on what I was saying I was wanting to do earlier. But I'm gonna try to keep getting at it as long as I can.
Well, I had somebody tell me, I don't know, wasn't too long ago about range exercise. And I said, "What do you mean by that?" And they said, "Well, do a 3-shot group, walk down and look at your target at 50 or 100 yards, and walk back and do another 3-shot group."
That's exercise.
Yeah, it is.
Three shot groups don't last that long unless you're really milking that trigger.
Thanks for throwing that link out there, buddy. Thank you, DJ. So, well, we hope you get feeling better, Bubba, and everything. And hopefully you can get back to the range, you get, doing some stuff that you enjoy doing, and your Wednesday morning show, The Good, the Bad, the Bubba. So anyway, appreciate you being here. There, Hillbilly says we play hillbilly golf. Darn right. So, Garage Guy, what you got coming up, brother?
Well, first I want to tell Bubba I'm glad everything's turned out good for you. I have to take that same fluid pill that you do. I've been on it now for 9 years, and it can cause my potassium to drop at times. But the best thing I found, every morning I get up, I'll eat a banana at breakfast, and then I might have one during the evening. They're loaded with potassium. So that right there might be something you could check out. One banana a day could make a world of difference.
Oh, yeah.
But anyhow, I guess since I got that Kill Tech out of my hair now, I'm probably just I got some 1-year update videos to do, and they're on some 22 LR pistols, and I just want to do the video and show people, how they performed over the last year, and if just do a product review and let people know, hey, this is a good buy. Other than that, it's back to work Monday, and I enjoyed being here tonight with everybody. It's good to see everybody over in the side chat, and we'll do this again next week.
You darn right we will. Well, thank you very much for being here, Garage Guy. I appreciate you. And go over and check out Bubba Triclops Ballistic. I forgot to say that. Get subscribed. And also check out Garage Guy 879 and get subscribed over there. Great channels. And also there's a lot of great channels out on the side chat too. So don't overlook them by any means. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. So Moo, I know you probably ain't got any content coming up unless you are playing with some fire again. Anyway, you want to shout out for you or anybody else?
No, thanks, Billy. I mean, I have some dash cam footage that I might put out on my channel.
All right.
Some jackass pulling out in front of me and making myself slam on my brakes, and the other guy coming on the other side slamming on his brakes. And you can hear my toolbox slam against the front of my box of my truck.
Oh.
But I might do that. But anyway.
Awesome. Well, I thought maybe you said dash cam. I thought maybe like we were swerving and trying to take out Canadian geese or something.
Oh, damn Canadians.
Hey, look, if he does that, he's doing God's work. All right, those things are safe.
Yeah, something for the game farther south.
I was thinking about it. I just uploaded it to my iPad. I don't know if anyway, I'm a novice on the YouTube thing, but no, man, thanks for having me. I mean, what a great group of guys, man, to hang out with, and we had some good conversations and whatnot, and good to see you, Bubba, even though I can't see you, but I saw you earlier, so it counts.
Yeah,
But,
and who's always looking at you? Just look at his emoji there. He's always.
Oh, I just want to look straight into my eyes, Bubba.
Yeah, just absolutely freak you out on occasion. It's just hold on a second. Just like look at you like it's just going out of style. Like, hey, how you doing?
Man, that's very disturbing. No, but man, as usual, Hillbilly, great show. Thanks for having me. Good to see you, garage guy.
You too.
Well, thanks for being here, buddy. I really appreciate you, and thank you, DJ, for throwing that out there. I'll need to go out and get a video made tomorrow because, like, bam, it's next month again. And anyway, with that being said, every second matters. Is tomorrow. That's the second of every month, and
Right
so you can check out right here. But also, what that kind of the whole process of that, what it stands for is awareness of our Second Amendment, and it's just a reminder. The second day of every month, what are we doing to help out the Second Amendment? What are we doing to promote it or protect it? And so, it'd be great to throw up a little short or something, if you get time with, every second matters. And it's, it holds a place. The Second Amendment holds a place in most of our hearts in this community. And we for sure want to, get some awareness out there that we're not bad people. We're just people like everybody else, and that's why on the show Guns Bearing Therapy, we do a gun topic or two, but then also we talk about cars, we talk about music, we talk about movies, we talk about stuff that everybody can come together and relate on because we're all just human beings. We're neighbors, we're family, we're friends, and just because we care about our Second Amendment and our freedom, don't mean that we are different than any other people out there. So it's nice to put something out there on the second, and and DJ says, use the hashtag every second matters, and that way there'll be when people search stuff with hashtags and stuff, if those hashtags are tied together, those videos show up, and so people can sit there and just scroll through those same videos with that hashtag, and that's basically what hashtags are for. And but anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you on there, everybody on the panel, everybody on the side chat. I love each and every one of you. I thank you all so much for showing up here on Saturday nights for Guns Bearing Therapy. You guys is what makes this show and everything what it is. It's a chance for us to spend a couple hours together, take our minds off of a lot of stuff that's going on out there in the world, come together as family and friends, and just have a good time. And I want to shout out all of our, brothers and sisters is at Thunder on the Prairie this weekend. I hope they're all having a wonderful time. Miss each and every one of them. And, hopefully I've got to make sure that I have plans to be there next year. This was the first year I was going to go, and just had something come up. And so anyway, I'm just going to, without any doubt, try to make plans for next year, because I'm sure they're just having so much fun up there. And anyway, I just, like I said, thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we're going to go ahead and shut this down right now. And I just want to remind everybody, remember, God, family, and country. And make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing y'all again. We love you. Everybody say